questions for the nation's top law enforcement official. I'm Lisa Lacera, Fox News. Attorney General Merrick Garland appearing before the House Judiciary Committee as they attempt to hold him in contempt of Congress for not turning over recordings of the special counsel interview of President Biden. And they also claim bias within the Department of Justice.
Republicans contend Garland weaponized the Justice Department against former President Trump. Former President Trump asserted that Garland authorized the FBI to use deadly force during its raid on Mar-a-Lago. But Garland dismisses that characterization.
The document that's being discussed is our standard use of force protocol and was part of the package for the search of President Biden's home as well.
He described GOP accusations of bias as a right-wing conspiracy theory.
Fox's Chad Pergram at the Capitol. President Biden has signed an executive order that would limit the number of migrants crossing the southern border to 2,500 a day, scolding Republicans for not passing the bipartisan bill agreed to in the Senate.
We came to a clear bipartisan deal. It was the strongest border security agreement in decades. But then Republicans in Congress, not all, but walked away from it. Why? Because Donald Trump told them to.
Republicans have called the executive order political posturing, and the ACLU says it will sue over the measure. Voters will decide whether unlawfully entering Arizona from Mexico should be a state crime.
If approved by voters, the measure would make it a crime for migrants to cross into the state from Mexico, allow local police to arrest them, and state judges to order deportations.
Fox's Kristen Goodwin. An FDA advisory panel has rejected the first ever proposal to use the psychedelic drug MDMA as a treatment for PTSD. The FDA expected to make a final decision in August. America is listening to Fox News.
When you use Bounce dryer sheets and your clothes look amazing, it's the sheet. Less static in your life? Yeah, it's the sheet. Smelling fresher than ever? It's the sheet. Oh, so soft fabric? Ooh la la. It's the sheet. Less wrinkles on your clothes? You know it's the sheet. Bounce dryer sheets. More freshness, more softness. Less static, less wrinkles. It's the sheet.
The doctor's office that mixed up your files has your Social Security number. The power company that mistakenly cut your service has your payment info and last 3 addresses. Your info is in endless places that could accidentally expose your info to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second. If your identity's stolen, they'll fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code CLAY at LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Several battleground states could decide this year's presidential election, but how one's district in one state falls could say just as much.
Nebraska, along with Maine, awards electoral votes for results statewide and by district. In Nebraska, the 2nd congressional district in the last 4 general elections has gone twice for a Republican and twice for a Democrat. That district is where Omaha is. The population there is described as highly educated, which could favor President Biden. If former President Trump can win there in a predominantly red state, one scenario shows a possible electoral college tie at 269. Which would be broken by the U.S. House, which would make winning control of the chamber in November critical. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The state of New York is considering a first-in-the-nation bill that would crack down on social media algorithms targeting teens.
New York is planning to ban social media companies from using algorithms to push content to kids without parental consent, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal. The Democratic-controlled New York State Senate and Assembly are set to vote on the measure this week. If it passes, New York would be the first state to enact restrictions on how content is delivered. Critics of the bill say it violates the First Amendment. A similar measure is being considered in California. Other states have also taken action, with Florida passing a bill that bans kids under 14 from social media. Last year, Utah became the first U.S. state to pass laws regulating kids' access to social media. In New York City, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
U.S. job openings fell in April to the lowest level since 2021, but they remained at historically strong levels despite high interest rates and signs the economy is slowing. The Labor Department says employers posted 8.1 million vacancies in April. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
From the Sierra Radio Network newsroom, I'm Andrea Drake. It's 5:05. Here are your upcoming local and regional news headlines. An Oregon man headed for Gray Eagle is missing. Last heard from on May 30th. Susanville CHP asking for your help. An excessive heat warning near 100-degree temps are just ahead. And vote for Lassen County's new I Voted stickers coming to you soon. And speed limits to change on select Plumas County roads. Public Works Department looking to change county code. Susanville's council will focus on strategic planning and a landscaping project at this Wednesday's city council meeting, while Greenville set to get a new park post-Dixie Fire. The Dixie Fire Collaborative seeking your input. The stories behind these headlines coming up for you at the bottom of the hour. Now to Amanda and Aaron for Live at 5.
And you are listening to The 5 with Amanda and Aaron. I got some feedback going on. There we go. That sounds a little bit better. All right. And so your only local news radio station, KG8X, KHW, Susanville, Chester, Quincy, and Portola. Amanda is feeling a bit under the weather tonight, so in her stead we have Vina Jimenez as our guest co-host for this evening. So Amanda was pretty excited about doing our conspiracy theories tonight, so we're going to put that on postponement. And instead, since we have Vina here, the queen of true crimes, we decided to kick up she's also the hostess of Where the Dark Corners Are. So we're happy to have her here. We're going to be doing true crimes. Who are we going to be talking about tonight?
So we're going to talk about this lady who disappeared on a cruise.
Oh, we're doing a cruise.
Yes.
Okay. Way to spook people out.
Right.
I like it. Okay. So is she didn't survive?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. I like your mysterious details. All right. All right. We're going to fill all that in coming up in just a bit. Speaking of cruises, we're also going to be trying to call out we will be calling out 2 more lucky listeners' names and hoping to qualify them for our vacation getaway to Cabo San Lucas. That drawing is happening on 28th, so if you registered, be listening so that we can get you qualified. And we also have your local news and weather right after this.
Stay active this year. Don't let pains and aches keep you from enjoying life. Dr. Watson, orthopedic surgeon at Seneca Hospital in Chester, has over 30 years of experience. He specializes in hip and joint replacement. Making an appointment is easy. Just call the Lake Almanor Clinic in Chester at 1-833-227-3743. Serving Chester and the Lake Almanor Basin with quality health care.
Hey, neighbor. Good to see you. Say, I wanted to ask, where do you get your propane?
At Staub & Sons. They've been around for 60 years, and they're committed to our community.
Do they deliver heating oil?
Yep, and diesel, propane, and kerosene, too.
Sounds like they can handle all our energy needs.
Absolutely. They offer tankless water heaters and propane-powered appliances, too. They're online at edstaub.com.
Hey, thanks. I'll get in touch with Ed Staub & Sons today.
Life is best lived in motion. Carlson's Tire Pros will help keep you on the road, making sure you're ready for any adventure life throws your way. May 23rd through June 30th, get up to $80 via Visa Reward Card or Visa Virtual Prepaid Card after online submission on purchases of 4 or more new Michelin passenger or light truck tires, totaling $900 or more. Tire purchases totaling $899.99 or less get $60. With Carlson's Tire Pros by your side, you can continue to explore the unfamiliar. Visit online today. Tire Pros. Love the drive. See store for complete details. Offer ends June 30th, 2024. Void where prohibited.
Gray Eagle Meadows Championship Golf Course in Plumas County is just over an hour from Susanville and Chester Lake Almanor and only 1 hour from Reno and Tahoe. Enjoy the mountain views with over 6,000 yards of extreme golf. Gray Eagle Meadows Golf Course is the first to open and the last to close each season. Golf Digest includes Gray Eagle Meadows on its list of best places to play. Golf White Hawk Ranch and Gray Eagle Meadow for $215. Conquer the hawk and soar the eagle. Visit them at GrayEagleMeadows.com. That's GrayEagleMeadows.com.
Sierra Pacific Industries is proud to be a longtime member of Plumas County, and we are grateful for the continued support of our mountain community. We invite you to join the Sierra Pacific family to build a future and career in the Quincy area. Visit us today at 1538 Lee Road in Quincy or call 530-283-2820. Sierra Pacific Industries is an equal opportunity employer, including those with a disability and veterans.
Got the urge to get away? We mean really get away. We have just the ticket, an awesome vacation aboard Princess to Cabo San Lucas. It's our annual vacation getaway. Here's where to register.
Seneca Healthcare District, Diamond Mountain Casino, Diamond Mountain Mini Mart, Red Hot Pizza, Payless Building Supply, Honey Lake Cafe and Deli, Town and Country Real Estate, Canna Junction, Lassen Auto Repair, Lassen Nursery and Rehabilitation.
Keep it here to hear your name announced on the air and then call us to qualify for our next drawing to sunny Cabo, only from your official vacation station.
The cardiopulmonary department at Banner Lassen Medical Center is staffed around the clock with registered respiratory therapists who provide a wide range of inpatient and outpatient cardiology and respiratory services. Our team is dedicated to providing excellent care for patients who are dealing with heart and lung problems. Cardiology and respiratory services offered are electrocardiograms, exercise treadmills, Holter monitoring, pulmonary function testing, EEGs, oxygen therapy, aerosol therapy, and invasive and non-invasive ventilation. Our mission is making healthcare easier so life can be better.
Northeast California weather.
Okay. Oh, we're just chatting back here behind. It's been ever since we've seen each other, so we've just been chatting. But the time right now is 5:11. Time to take a look at your 3-day northeastern California weather. All right, tonight we're looking at, actually right now outside the Sierra Network studios, it's 84 degrees. Tonight we're looking at getting down to around 58 with some mostly clear skies. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 93. Loving that, Vina. Do you like it warm?
I like it.
Oh, there you go. All right, low right around 62. Thursday, Friday, both sunny with highs in the mid-90s. All your weather updates are found on our website or our app, Sierra Daily News. You like the warm weather?
It's river weather.
River? I know. We went to Shasta Lake this last weekend, Saturday.
Okay.
It was nice and warm. For June 1st, that water was nice.
Okay.
We're going to have to start doing that from now on. We're like, we're just going to have to go out of the area.
Right.
So, I know what's going on. Sorry, I got to do some stuff here. There we go. Now, because I was having an echo in my headset. Do you still hear it?
No, but I don't hear you either.
Oh, you don't hear me?
No.
Oh, they turned that one off for you.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Oh. That's sad.
You've been X-nayed.
Apparently they don't know how special I am.
Try that.
Okay.
See, how's that? Testing, 1, 2. Nope. Hold on. Testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing.
Oh, right. Almost.
Almost?
Right there.
Right there?
I could sort of hear you.
You can sort of hear me?
It's kind of like halfy.
It's halfy?
Half here, half not.
Do you have good hearing? What's going on with you over there, Vina?
I know.
All right, but before we got some cool stuff going on.
Yes.
With some cruise crimes.
Yes.
Speaking of cruises and crimes, well, not crimes, but cruises. It's time to pull a name for our vacation getaway. Vina's going to reach her hand inside the bucket. Pull a name out of it.
I'm trying.
She's trying.
I'm going deep. Here we go.
All right. Who do we have?
Tina and John Algery.
Algery?
Yes.
Okay. What city does it say? What city
it says Doyle.
From Doyle. All right. So, what was their names again?
Tina and John Algery.
All right. Give us a call, 257-8255. They're from Doyle. Give us a call, 257-8255. If you flip that over, it tells them where they registered.
So, Honey Lake Deli.
Oh, yeah. Out there at Chevron Station out there in Janesville.
Correct.
All right. All right, Tina, John Algery, give us a call, 257-8255. You got to do so within 12 minutes and 40 seconds so that we can get you qualified for that Cabo San Lucas getaway. Have you ever been to Mexico?
I think so.
You think you've been to Mexico? You don't know? I mean, that's kind of something you
I've
know.
Were
you like a kid? Like, I remember seeing palm trees.
No, actually, it was fairly recent. I took a cruise.
You took a cruise?
Yes.
You're kind of like a cruise kind of person.
Well, so yes, sort of.
Oh, yeah?
I've been on... there we go. Here we go.
Oh, you got something?
I can hear myself.
Okay.
Outside my mind, of course.
Is it too loud?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, you want to turn it down?
Thank you.
Okay.
So, believe it or not, speaking of cruises, the Panda, one of my co-hosts for the podcast, Where the Dark Corners Are,
right,
and I are actually going on a cruise to Alaska come September.
Yes.
And this will actually be my 4th cruise. My last one being actually to Mexico, from San Diego to Mexico and back. So I'm actually really excited. I've been to Canada before, but only through their airport, like once.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's we're bouncing out of Vancouver, going to Alaska, and then coming back. But this is the part I'm actually excited about, because for me, there's not a lot in Canada that I'm kind of like ooh about.
I know. Canada's just like...
Canada.
Welcome to Canada.
Yeah.
There's a moose.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
However, and I was feeling exactly that until I realized that one of my favorite shows was actually shot in Vancouver.
Oh, a lot of movies are filmed up there.
Believe it or not, yes.
Which one?
So we're talking about Once Upon a Time. I don't know if you're familiar.
My kids love that movie.
It's been a significant amount of years since
it's
been canceled, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But the town, the town that they mostly lived in our world,
right,
is shot right outside of Vancouver.
Vancouver is a big film hub.
Right, Storybrooke. Yes. Yep. So we're landing, getting the rent-a-car, and then we're going to Storybrooke.
Oh, cool. Check you out.
Right. And then we're going to go to Hope, Canada. Now, the reason why we're going to Hope, Canada, is because that's where they filmed the original First Blood.
Oh, no way.
Rambo.
Really? That would be cool.
So we're going there, too.
Uh-huh.
Because, as you know, the Panda and I are pretty much
You guys are big
fanatics.
movie buffs.
Right.
When I came over to your place to film to record
the podcast.
The podcast, movie posters all over the place, and Panda,
right,
who was not that old, had like Romancing the Stone posters. I'm like, you're not old enough.
Right. Do you even know who that is?
Yeah.
That's Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner.
Yes.
So we're checking out some of the spots that, believe it or not, a lot of our TV shows, a lot of our movies are filmed in Canada.
Right. If
I had to guess, it has something to do with, cheaper permits or whatever.
Permits and incentives. I got to study this in my film class. This is one of our things. They give you a lot of, if you have a certain budget, you get tax incentives for you to film there. So if you film there, they're like, here, have a bunch of money back to you.
Well, my other favorite show, Psych, it was also filmed in Vancouver. So
you're a Psych fan?
Yes.
I was a Psych fan. Until my kids played it over and over and over. I think I've seen the whole season of Psych like at least 5-7 times.
Right.
And so, we were planning a trip to Santa Barbara.
Okay.
And I'm like, let's go check out where I looked up, like, where did they film at? And they're like, nowhere in Santa Barbara.
Correct.
It's
all Vancouver. Yes.
Yes. So we are actually planning a trip up to Vancouver to do just that.
Okay.
To go see where they filmed Psych.
See, then there you go.
Yeah.
And that to me is pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something you're passionate about.
Yes.
If something you really enjoy. And, surprisingly, before I got into cruises, I was like, no, I'm not a cruise person.
Yeah.
I don't like, some of the things. For instance, a lot of cruise trips, cruise lines will dump their trash in the ocean. Well, Disney doesn't do that.
Oh, cool.
So.
Yeah, the ocean's one big trash can.
Yeah, and it's really sad.
Yeah. It's just a big, nasty trash can.
Right. So since Disney doesn't, I was like, okay, I'll try. And then almost 4 cruises later, I'm like, it's Disney time, Disney cruise time.
Oh,
so
okay.
Big fan.
You're a big fan?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Tina and John, you better call.
Give us a call. 257-8255. All right. So, we kind of went off on a tangent. We tend to do that here on the Five. We do that a lot. So, you're in good company. So, but we have, speaking of cruises, not that this is going to happen on Tina and John's cruise if they qualify and get picked on June 28th. That's not going to happen to them.
No.
What happened on this particular cruise?
So, when we look at cruises, one of the things people don't realize is that cruises can be deadly. Mm-hmm. And particularly if someone kind of maybe premeditates your parting.
Premeditates your party.
Yes.
I don't know why you put it that way. That's it makes me a little uneasy. I think John Lee's in the house. Hey, don't leave me alone with Vina.
She's always talking about murder around me. What's that
it's just
all about?
See, you didn't use the word murder. How did you put it again?
Premeditating your departure.
Premeditating your departure. It's kind of scary, but okay, go ahead.
Okay, so let's talk about this she's 38-year-old woman by the name of Xinglei Li. Now, Li, we're just going to call her Li.
Okay.
She was a Chinese woman who was married to a German man named Daniel Belling. And at the time of her mysterious disappearance, they actually lived near Dublin, Ireland. So, this is probably why a lot of people haven't necessarily heard about this particular scenario.
Okay.
So, Lee was a bridal store owner. Daniel was an IT consultant. So they were living their best lives in Ireland.
Okay.
But they did have a rough marriage, so maybe they weren't necessarily living their best life. Things were not going very well. In fact, at one point, when all the press comes out and starts questioning things, Lee's mom actually will tell the press that she had noticed a couple of bruises on her daughter's arm after an altercation.
So why is the press already there? Did something already happen?
We're talking about a little bit in advance.
Okay, all right. This is kind of like
just to kind of show
foreshadowing,
though, right?
Okay, gotcha.
Kind of show that their relationship was kind of contentious. Married life in general, depending on your scenario. Anywho, so now by February of 2017, Lee and Belling have 2 daughters, and they decide to take a 10-day family cruise, bouncing out of Rome, Italy, and circling the Mediterranean. So some of the ports are in the Mediterranean Sea.
Mm-hmm.
And they board the MSC Magnifica on February 11th, again, 2017. And one of the things the staff actually notices offhand is they actually have this cute little family matching suitcase scenario. Mm-hmm. Like the Papa Bear big suitcase, the Mama Bear kind of medium, the baby bears.
A little bit of theme in their travel.
Correct.
Baggage.
Right.
Luggage.
Well.
Okay.
So now during the first day of the trip, the staff also noticed a verbal confrontation between Lee and Belling, like right in front of the staff in a store on the ship. So, they're on the cruise and already they're having an altercation in front of people, pretty public.
Mm-hmm.
But shortly after this, like the very next day, the boat actually docks in Greece. One of the ports is in Greece. And when they come back, it's kind of noticeable that Lee is nowhere on the boat. There's no video of her. The family isn't dining with her. The husband, and for me, that's pretty telling because, like, Disney cruises, I can't speak for other cruises, but Disney cruises, you have a set dinner and you have set waiters. So those people always see you. But the staff on the Magnifica were like, we don't even see her anymore. Again, she's not on video. They don't even see her. Now, the family deboards on February 20th, and it's during the cruise final count that they realize that their body count for people departing is off by 1 person. And the staff immediately figures out who's missing, and they report this missing woman, of course it's Lee,
right,
to the local authorities. Now, the Italian police actually act pretty quickly. They go and they arrest Daniel Belling for the murder of his wife at the airport as he's literally trying to get on Ryanair, which is the airline for Ireland. He's trying to get back to Ireland. So they bring him into questioning, and on him they find her passport, her plane ticket, her wallet, and her cell phone. Like all the essentials that you need if you were traveling. And so obviously they ask him, where's your wife? Where's Lee? And he's like, oh, she left me in Greece. And the police were like, no. And he actually ends up telling the authorities 2 different versions. One is that she refused to get off the boat when they docked in Greece. And so he took the 2 girls, he went into port, and when he came back, she was gone, like magic.
Oh.
That was one version.
Okay.
The second version is he's like, well, she got mad, and we got off the boat together, and while we were in port, she just decided to leave. She left from Greece, and she's gone. So the problem with his story is, and you know, if he took as many cruises as I have, he'll know one thing. And this is something the police were like, you're not telling us the truth.
Mm-hmm.
If you've ever been on a cruise, you know that when you exit the boat, or even when you get on the boat, actually, they give you a key card. And that key card is your everything. So you have to use it to get into your room. You can use it to charge to, if you go shopping, you can use it to charge to your room. But more importantly, when you exit the boat, you have to swipe it to leave.
Swipe the boat. That makes sense because they want accountability.
Correct.
Before they don't want to leave anybody behind. That makes sense.
They will leave you behind, but yes.
You speak from experience?
Oh, no.
Wait.
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
So they know that he's not telling the truth about her getting off the boat, whether or not she waited till he left, or she went with them and she decided to leave him in Greece because she would have had to swipe her card exiting the ship.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a fact. In fact, when you swipe it, you see your picture, they see your picture, everyone checks to make sure that's you. And, you know, they make, you know, a lot of announcements, we're going to leave, you know, be here at such time. But he's adamant that she left him. Mm-hmm. She left him at Greece, in Oregon, Greece, and that she was wanting to leave him for some time, and that she was even willing to leave the children behind. And he even said that she had someone else. She was involved with someone else.
Uh-huh.
So now the Italians, of course, aren't buying this because they know that technology is in their favor. And they literally will end up holding him for 14 months. Mm-hmm. And this is the thing you have to be very careful about, especially if you're traveling abroad. Laws are very, very difficult and different in other countries. And in Italy, they're allowed to do certain things that would not be something that authorities are allowed to do here, and vice versa.
Right.
So they end up holding him for 14 months. And he's adamant that he's innocent. He states that he believes that she went to China. Now, remember what I said. When he gets caught, he's got her passport. Mm-hmm. He's got her wallet, her plane tickets, everything.
Things that she would take with her.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, imagine trying to sell this line of malarkey.
Yeah.
What, she swam to China? Right?
You don't know. She could be a good swimmer.
Or a very good walker.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I mean...
Greece. I don't know. I have to look at my
map.
Okay, do you have to walk it?
It's actually like a whole continent. Okay. Asia is a whole continent, guys.
Yeah.
That she has to cross from the Mediterranean after swimming, cross the Mediterranean, and not get caught by any lifeguard, you know.
Right.
So he's like, she's in China, I know it. She ran off. In the meantime, the Italian police come up with a theory that I actually think is a pretty good one. Mm-hmm. They theorized that Bellington, basically her,
of course,
after the first day that they were there and had that altercation, packed her in her suitcase, rolled the suitcase to the closest balcony, and chucked her overboard. And the thing of it is a lot of these cruise ships, and this is something also to be aware of if you're planning on a cruise ship, a lot of them, while they have the technology to have an alarm system if someone falls overboard, they don't.
Oh.
So there was nothing to indicate that something had gone overboard at her possible time of going overboard. Mm-hmm. So, and part of why they believe it is because, remember when I said in the beginning, they had this cute little mama bear, papa bear.
Right.
Well, her suitcase was conveniently missing
along
with her.
That's what I was going to ask.
The mama bear suitcase is gone.
Oh, wow.
So...
Now, was her stuff missing because of the stuff that she would put in it?
Well,
or was all that stuff taken out? Do we know?
We don't know. But again, if he carried her luggage All he has to do is just toss it right
that's
out.
true. That's true. He can just throw that out as well.
Right,
That's
especially if the boat is moving.
Right.
To somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Now, believe it or not, they have found people in suitcases in the ocean and in seas. I mean, this is a real thing. In fact, they found one. The Italians found one while they were looking for her. It was not her. So.
Wow.
So.
Way to get us all creeped out.
I know,
Vina.
right? Right, and our hopes, like he's going to get caught, you know, she's going to get justice, Lee's going to get justice.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho, like I said, they hold him for 14 months, which is, a lot of time. He hires an attorney, and eventually he gets released in April of 2018. But it's like when you read something, you're like, I cannot believe this happened. What transpires next is, in my opinion, a travesty.
Okay. Hold that thought.
Okay.
We're going to keep our audience on suspense.
Okay.
Because we got to do a quick, Amanda calls it spilling the beans. We have Andrea Drake with our news director. She's going to have our local news. And we'll be right back to finish this up.
Okay.
All right. We'll be right back. It is 5:31 right now. Here is Andrea Drake.
With your local and regional news from the Sierra Radio Network newsroom, here's what's happening. This morning's fire on Hall Street in Susanville is suspected to have been caused by vagrants. Susanville Fire says the blaze broke out just after 7 a.m., reported at 740 Hall Street. At arrival, crews found a 40-foot Connex box on the corner of the neighboring property at 710 Hall Street, where fire and smoke were seen coming from the front doors. Crews quickly began to knock down the flames and were successful in containing the fire to the Connex box. Captain Jarrett with Susanville Fire said an exact cause was not able to be determined due to the extent of the damage, but noted that the structure was vacant and had appeared to have recently been occupied by vagrants. There were no injuries reported. Susanville Fire was supported by CAL FIRE, Susan River Fire Protection District, Susanville Police and Public Works Department, along with Lassen Municipal Utility District. Summer projects begin at PG&E recreation facilities as the weather is heating up. The utility has announced that the spillway at Lower Bucks Lake will undergo refurbishing for the next 2 years. Officials say it has reached its useful life and needs to be replaced. They added crews will begin by removing half of the spillway this year and complete the remaining half next year. This means that if you visit the lake, you will see increased construction vehicles and the commotion that comes along with the work, including noise. Yet all campgrounds, day use areas, and private camps on Lower Bucks Lake will remain open and accessible. Work is slated to begin at 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. 6 days a week, with an occasional Sunday workday. It began yesterday and will last through this November. Lower Bucks Lake is immediately downstream of the much larger Bucks Lake, which will also remain open during this project and will be fully available for recreation and camping. PG&E does add, however, that your water recreation on Bucks Lake will not be impacted by the spillway project. It is not anticipated to directly impact those water levels. Yet, if you do have plans at the Canyon Dam day use area, you'll want to make other plans. PG&E says it will have to close the area for up to 6 weeks, starting today, to move equipment and materials and perform maintenance on a water gate at its Canyon Dam low-level outlet tower. After July 4th, PG&E says it will partially reopen this day use area with accessible restrooms, except for the occasional full closures that may take place. The facility will be fully reopened after the project is completed, expected to be later this summer. After a long wait and construction delays, the Plumas Sheriff's Office will cut the ribbon on the newly built correctional facility and daily reporting center located off of Abernathy Lane in Quincy. Plumas County received a state grant of $25 million back in 2017 to build this new jail. At the time, Supervisor Greg Hagwood was Plumas County Sheriff. Ground did break on the facility just under 2 years ago this August. Scaled down from the original design to accommodate inflated construction costs, the new jail is designed to house house 60 in-custody persons and will also house the day reporting services for the county. The state-of-the-art justice facility will include a family reunification space, visiting, multi-use spaces, training facility, medical space, kitchen and laundry, and outdoor recreational areas. The Sheriff's Office is inviting the community to the ceremony June 12th at 10 a.m. Tours of the facility will begin after the ribbon is cut and continue through 2 that afternoon. The construction of the new jail is poised to bolster law enforcement in the county and fuel recruitment. To increase the pace and efficiency of forest management projects, the Lassen National Forest is building new partnerships. This April, the Lassen National Forest held its second biannual Partnership in Practice Symposium, aiming to enhance trust, communication, and expectations between the Forest Service and their partners. Initiated last October by Partnership Coordinator Stephanie Cox, the April Symposium introduced the Prime Partner Model. This latest endeavor involves a high-capacity partner coordinating large-scale cross-boundary projects to improve fire resiliency and forest health. The model emphasizes collaborative approaches and robust funding strategies. Acting Forest Supervisor Kathy Allen and Cox highlighted the importance of these partnerships in achieving shared forest management goals. The Forest Service says these symposia will take place in the spring and fall each year to foster that mutual understanding of the needs and requirements of the Lassen National Forest and their partners to increase trust, communication, and clear expectations. And that is what's happening today from your only local news radio, keeping you informed and connected to your communities throughout Lassen, Plumas, and Sierra counties.
Northeast California weather.
I'm going to find my weather, Vina, because we just keep talking about all this kind of stuff. All right, here we are.
I'm such a distraction.
You are a distraction. I'm trying to work around here, Vina. All right, the time right now is it's going to change to 5:37 right now. And outside it is 85 degrees outside Sierra Radio Network Studios. Tonight we're looking at a low right around 58 degrees with mostly clear skies. Tomorrow sunny with a high near 93. A low right around 62. And for Thursday and Friday, we're looking at sunny skies and highs in the mid-90s, as we discussed. We love that kind of weather.
I like my air conditioning in that kind of weather, too.
That's true, too. All right, all your weather updates are found on our website or our app, Sierra Daily News. Yes, I love it when it's hot. It's good motorcycle weather.
Is it?
Yes.
I believe you.
Do you ride with Jeff?
Yes. In fact, I think last week we went to Buffalo Chips.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You went down to the bay. Did you take your bike?
I did go down to the bay, but I did not take the bike.
Remind me, we got to talk about that because we were talking earlier about why you go to the bay.
Yes. And next month is the month.
Because you're a treasure hunter.
I am a treasure hunter.
That is fascinating.
So.
Okay.
Next month.
Next month?
Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty... Okay, I'm not going to say pretty. I'm not pretty solid on my spot, but it does match a lot of things pertaining to the clues that Byron Priest left behind. So we're talking about a treasure hunt that was 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Totally diverting from the cruise mystery over here. But
we do that often.
Correct. So 40 years ago, this man went around the United States and in Canada, Montreal, Canada, and planted 12 casks. And if you found the cask, you're supposed to turn it in for a jewel that is representative of that city that you found the cask in. He buried them, which is a big problem because now 40 years later, there's only been 3 that have been found. And the remaining 12, a lot of development has occurred.
Right.
A lot of different shifts have happened.
And wasn't one of them buried in the Yankee Stadium?
So no.
No, was it? Okay.
That's the mafia guy.
Oh, is he buried there?
No, they checked.
Yeah.
No, but one of them was buried under home plate.
Yeah.
At a baseball field.
So it wasn't that stadium.
Correct. But in Boston. So it wouldn't, it wouldn't have been Yankee Stadium anyways. The Red Sox play there. So.
Okay, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. All right. That's cool stuff.
Yes.
You going to come back and talk to us about that?
We can talk about that,
Okay,
yes.
Come back and talk to us about that. Before we get back to this cruise, we have to do this really quick again. Gotta pull another name.
Okay.
For our vacation.
I'm going to go on top this time.
You're just going to grab something.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, it says pick me, pretty please.
Okay.
Pick me.
All right. Who is it?
Lori Cooley? Fingers crossed. Standish, California.
All right. Where is she from?
Standish.
Oh, did you say Standish already?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I listen, Vina. I promise. I'm a listener. Where did she register?
So actually doesn't, Red Hut.
Red Hut. Oh, hang on a second. Hold the line. Who's this?
Oh, yeah, baby. It is Pick Me.
Hey, congratulations. You are now qualified for our vacation getaway drawing. I think that's record time right there.
Yeah.
I think she was...
As soon as she said pick me, I knew it was fine.
Oh, well played. Did you see the pick me, and that's why you picked it?
No, I can't see into them. Too short.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, that might be a good tip for those other peoples out there. Okay, cool. So you are now qualified for our vacation getaway drawing, which is going to be happening on the 28th. And so that'll be happening in the morning show, 7 a.m. hour. If they pull your name, you are off. And do you have your passport?
Thank you.
Do you have your passport?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, if you
if you want to come back home, you're gonna want that.
Yeah, I know. When I went to Mexico, I had all my passports out and all that kind of stuff. They're just guys with like AKs, like, nope, go ahead. I'm like, oh, well, that was kind of anticlimactic. I thought I want to get my foot stamped.
Plural. You sound plural. You don't need
Well, because I had my wife and my daughter with me.
Okay.
Well, you know, that's how I roll. I'm like Jason Bourne. I got all kinds of these identities going on. Cool. All right. Well, hey, congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you very much. You guys have a great evening.
You as well. All right. Bye.
Bye.
That's awesome. So we got to put her name in the box.
Right.
So let's not forget.
But okay. Tina and John,
they lost out, man.
Yeah.
It's all.
Lori was ready. She's like speed dialing.
I know.
I don't even think I said her. Well, wait, did say her name? Yeah.
She said she knew it when you said pick me. So she was like boop beep boop bop, and she was like getting ready. She was getting ready to do it.
Right.
Boop bop.
Right.
Anyway.
She felt it. She felt the cool breeze of the cruise in her hair.
Oh yeah, there you go. I hope she wins.
Yeah,
okay.
Right?
All right. Well, that was
Lori
fun.
should pick me to go with her since I'm the one that pulled her name. I'm just tossing out ideas.
You could qualify for that because you're not you don't really work here.
I don't.
So you qualify.
Correct. I'm a freebie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's only right. All right. So back to this.
Correct. So does billing get away with this?
Okay.
Because what happens next? I remember when I was researching this, I was like, you ever stare at something so hard because you're trying to process?
Yeah.
How? Mm-hmm. How? So here's what happens. He ends up hiring an attorney, and I can only speculate how this trickled down, but somehow he manages to get like his keys to his family, and so he actually sends a family member to his house in Ireland. And when this family member shows up at the house, supposedly, immediately he notices that the locks to the house have been changed. And he contacts the Garda, and the Garda is the police in Ireland. That's what they're called. And he's like, see, she's been here. She's been here because she changed the locks. That doesn't make any sense. But
it's also not proof, but anyway.
Correct.
Yeah.
He had keys to get in originally.
Right.
So he could have
changed the lock.
Correct.
Right.
And then the other thing that they submit to the Italian authorities is this family member is able to weed through, we're talking 14 months of mail. And he locates a mail that belongs to her. He opens up mail. Again, it's illegal here in the United States, but whatever. I don't know what's it like in Ireland. But he manages to come across a road toll receipt that Lee paid for with one of her credit cards. Quote unquote paid for.
Right.
But here's the thing. Like, if I go across the Golden Gate Bridge, which we talked about that I do and I'm going to next month, they don't take pictures of me. They take a picture of my license plate, and then they send me the bill. So all I have to do is either call them up automatically, put in my digits. I don't even have to speak to a person. And then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even talking about actual documentation that she personally paid this toll.
Right.
So they present this to the Italian government. She changed the locks. She walked across Europe, swam across the English Channel, walked across England, swam across whatever channel lies between England and Ireland, made it to Dublin, walked to the house with her keys, because that was essential, because she didn't have anything else.
Right.
Unlocked the house, got some car, and drove around for a little bit, created this road toll, paid it off with her credit card, and for some reason isn't home when the family member shows up.
But that's the only thing she paid for with her credit card. Not a taxi, not a flight.
Correct.
Nothing else.
No food?
No food, nothing.
Something that they couldn't confirm that she actually even made the toll and or paid directly herself with the credit card. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. And so the Italians are like, good enough for us.
What?
And they let him go.
No way.
So he literally flies back to Ireland, and he's like, I'm never coming back here again. And he doesn't have to. I don't know if, I don't even know where he is now in the world. Because remember, he's a German in Ireland visiting Italy. But also, when he comes home, here's the clincher. When he comes home to face charges of fraud in Ireland because they had falsified documentation for property, and he, of course, turned around and blamed her because she's the easy one. She's not there to defend herself.
Right.
And so he actually goes to trial for this in Ireland for these fraudulent misrepresentation of the property. And, I mean, I think he ended up just paying some fine, but he's like that Taylor Swift song, "We're never, ever, ever getting back together."
Okay.
I'm never, ever getting back to Italy. And so essentially, he gets away with it.
He got away with it.
He gets away with it thanks to the locks, being changed, and this supposed receipt that she, when I go, and, I don't take all of my credit cards.
Right.
So obviously, she probably had a few home.
Right.
Because you don't take everything with you. That's ridiculous. That's the first thing they're going to do is cash out all your stuff.
Or someone could have even driven her vehicle.
Right. Because they had the keys.
Right.
You're not taking your vehicle on the boat. I mean, they left it at the airport. You understand?
Right.
Or someone. If they're a normal family or a typical family, not normal, they have two cars, two modes of transportation.
Right.
So, I mean, I have 3. So, again,
I'm wondering if there was an accomplice who...
the nephew or the family member that went home.
Right.
To his house.
Okay.
So they obviously worked it out.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay.
So there's your conspiracy right there. He obviously sat down with the attorney and here's what looks like she came home. Changed locks and used credit card.
See, here's what I don't understand. This just blows my mind. If a relationship doesn't work out, I just automatically think of, what, maybe we should break up.
Right.
No, other people are like, I'm going to kill them. I'm like,
right,
how did it
exactly.
get that bad? I'm like, you know what? we can't be together anymore. Yeah, but no, I think I'm going to kill him.
Right. And I mean, if you think about it, not that I'm on anybody's side other than don't commit murder, but with them living in Ireland and her being Chinese and him being German, I could see a very lengthy legal battle over the children.
How many kids do they have?
They had 2 daughters.
2 daughters?
Yes. Again, that's not grounds for murder.
Right.
But, some people just can't move past, losing half their stuff, losing their kids.
I can deal with losing half my stuff.
Okay.
It's not that good of stuff anyway. It's not that great. But still, even if that were the case, you are then taking their mother away from their kids.
And all the future things that they would have done with their mother.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So the Yeah. So those kids now have to mourn the loss of their mother.
And particularly every time they want to have a celebration in their life, she's not going to be there.
Birthdays, weddings.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. No, still not a good idea.
Right. Correct.
So for all those out there listening,
don't murder.
Don't murder. just break up.
Right. Just give the bad stuff, half of the bad stuff back, and be like, you know,
all just a bunch of crap.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
So that's it.
That's it. But he gets away with it. Man.
Yes.
Well, thanks for a big downer there,
I know.
Vina.
He's like, we're not inviting her back.
I know. Oh, we'll always have you back. But this next time, come with some.
But you know who does get away with it? It's Ferris Bueller.
Ferris Bueller. We're going to talk about Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
Thank you, Vina, because I told her, I'm like, okay, I don't care what we do, but we just need to save time for this because today is Ferris Bueller's Day.
Yes.
Are you big Ferris Bueller?
No.
You didn't like the movie?
I hated that movie so bad.
Why? It was great.
I think I was Cameron.
You were Cameron?
Yeah.
Growing up, you were Cameron? You related to that character too much?
Yes. Like, I don't want to go out. But now I'm like, I'm going on a cruise. I'm going here. I'm going there. I'll see you when I see you. You know. But back then, I think I was like, this kid is obnoxious. So,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, in honor of Ferris Bueller's Day, which is actually tomorrow.
Okay.
It's tomorrow. We have the top 10 best movie quotes from Ferris Bueller. All right.
Okay.
You can chime in if you like while we play it.
The question isn't what are we going to do. The question is what aren't we going to do.
Right. You know?
I quote John Lennon. I don't believe in Beatles. I just believe in me.
We had to edit some of these.
French.
Did you?
See, we had to edit that.
Portos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies.
She's great.
Heads.
Right.
They all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
A, you can never go too far. B, if I'm going to get busted, it is not going to be by a guy like that.
I don't think that was one of the best quotes.
Bueller.
You got
right, yes.
That's a good
Bueller.
one. Bueller.
Ferris Bueller, you're my
That's a great one, too.
You speak English? Oh, what country do you think this is?
My best friend's sister's boyfriend's brother's girlfriend heard
That's a
from
good one.
I swear to God, I use that one all the time with this one friend who can never come to my parties because she's got
pretty serious.
Something's going on.
Yes.
What'd I do? You killed the car. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Swing by. You've used that one.
Sure, everybody does.
Everybody has.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Sure.
You don't like... What's your favorite 80s movie?
Oh, wow. That
Just sprung it on
That's
you.
a whole decade.
Okay. I know.
All right, I guess maybe what came to mind was Romancing the Stone. Because this is a treasure hunt.
You know, I love those movies.
Yes.
Right. There was something about... Oh, so Star Wars is... Something about Star Wars is coming up in recent history, something like that. But I'm not a big Star Wars fan.
Oh, my God. I have to go. This is
really?
Too far.
I mean, I think they're good movies.
Whoa.
Well, let's dial that back. I think the original 3 were good.
Yes. So now that we're kind of talking about this.
Yeah.
So last weekend, I was actually at a John Williams concert. You do know who John Williams is,
He's
right?
the composer.
Yes.
Of Star Wars. He also did Chariots of Fire. He's done a bunch of them.
So he's done Jaws. And I did not know this, but he did Harry Potter.
I did not know that.
He's done Superman, which I did know.
I did know.
He's done... But they didn't do Jaws. That was very disappointing. Because, actually, I don't know what year Jaws came out, but...
76?
Yeah, well, that was a glorious year for America. You're welcome. Anyways.
Well, happy birthday, 1976. All right. Yeah.
A Spicentennial, babies. But that one has to be one of the great movies.
Oh, absolutely.
So and I'll just put that on just to listen to it in the background if I'm doing something else. Yeah. Bottom.
Did you know I think the reason why that movie is better than what it was originally intended, or how they really originally storyboarded it? Because the shark broke down.
Yes, and I quite agree.
Yes.
Bruce.
Bruce,
the shark's
that's
name
right.
is Bruce.
Oh, you are good.
I am very good. You want me on that trivia team?
Yes, I do. That was good, Vina. I forgot all about Bruce, but yeah, they named him Bruce. But he kept breaking down, so they did point of view shots.
Correct.
Yeah.
In fact, the young lady in the opening scene actually just died. I can't remember her name right now. But she literally, in real life, died.
Wow.
Yes. But, I mean, she probably had a good life.
Wow. You are good.
I know.
I'll grant
I
you.
pay attention.
You do.
Right?
Wow. I wasn't a big Star Wars fan, but I was a big Raiders of the Lost Ark fan, where, again, treasure hunting.
Yes, and John Williams composed Raiders of the Lost Ark.
He did.
So, he and Spielberg must have met very early in their careers and said, you know what?
This works.
Right.
Right. And that's kind of how with film, you have all these collaborations. A lot of directors will keep using the same actor.
Correct.
Right.
And Harrison Ford is a prime example. He was...
American Graffiti!
Yes.
One of my favorite films.
I've actually not seen that one, so...
Oh, are you serious? That's homework.
I'm on air. I wouldn't lie.
So if you're off air, then you might think about it.
Correct.
Good to know, Vina. That's a good thing to know about you. Yeah, I really like that movie. It just reminded me of being a kid and cruising Main Street back when you could do it. And then they had DJs, and not this DJ from, New York that's pre-recorded. They had real people.
Okay, like Wolfman Jack?
Like Wolfman Jack.
Yes.
I love Wolfman Jack. In fact, a listener called me up and said I should read his book.
Okay.
Because I think he's just an icon. He's
Right.
just awesome. Wolfman Jack. Broadcasting from Tijuana.
I wouldn't know that, but...
Yep.
Either way, so yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see. We have a few minutes left. But, let's see. It's also National Veggie Burger Day. Did you try the new veggie burger place uptown?
So, yes.
Have you? Did you like it?
So I've been there 3 times.
So, apparently you like it.
Right. So, the first time I had it, I thought it was like, oh, this is actually all right. This is all right. Second time, not so much. But last time, I was like, okay.
It's back.
My trick is that I asked them not to cut the chicken. But I
thought it was all veggie burgers.
It's all made out of plant-based food.
Okay, so it's air quote chicken.
Correct.
Okay.
And it's not spelt the same,
Oh.
So, there's your quote right there.
There you go.
The Green Mile. But anyways, so yes, and we've tried various sides and like little appetizers to kind of just get a feel for other things that they offer. So 2 out of 3 times was pretty decent. So, and chances are we'll go back. That's how it works.
Okay.
Try again.
Try again. I absolutely agree with that. If first you don't, first you got to give it a few times, because sometimes the cook may be off, or may have an off day.
Correct. So, or you might be off. Your expectations are different, or
You're saying that I'm off. What do you mean by that? I don't know. Should I be offended?
Why are you personalizing everything?
Because I'm just like that. Let's see. I was trying to look for the theme song to the Ferris Bueller as our ticket out of here, but I'm not seeing it. But anyway. Oh! How about this one? How about we exit on this song right here?
Okay.
Let's see if I can get this up. Right.
There you go.
Oh! You gotta love that song.
Well, I would recognize it.
You don't like that song?
No. It just makes me think I'm hungry. It
would have been great if you would have went, oh, yeah.
I seem to fail you at every turn.
That's okay. We forgive you. But no. So you're going to go watch American Graffiti?
Yes. But you have homework, too.
What's mine? Oh, Sound of Music?
No. Arsenic and Old Lace.
Oh, Arsenic and Old Lace. That's right. I will see that one. Okay. Because we're conspiring back here.
Correct.
Let me see what we can do with that.
Right.
With our skills and talents.
Correct. Because I have skills.
I have something. I don't know.
You were supposed to say you had the talent.
I know. But, maybe I don't. I knew where you were going with that. I'm like, do I, though? Because if I said that, people at home would be like, oh, do you?
Right, they hear you on the radio daily, so it's questionable.
Do you? I don't know. But anyway, thank you for coming in.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure. You're just a fascinating person.
I am. Thank you
know?
for saying that in public.
I would have said in public, private too. I mean, it's all good. But yeah, and tell us how. You got to update us on your treasure hunting
For next month, yeah.
next month, okay? And we're also planning something else a little bit later.
Yes.
So we'll get that together.
Correct.
All right.
July. I'll be here in July.
July, yes.
Every Wednesday.
All right.
If you remember.
I didn't remember the day of the week, but I remember you're coming back.
Right.
All right. Well, cool. All right. Well, thank you, Vina.
All right.
I'm Aaron.
I'm Vina.
All right. And we'll be back tomorrow. I won't be back tomorrow, but Amanda will be back tomorrow. Have a good evening.
Good night.